So this week, one of the most expected game of the year, Star Wars Battlefront.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that looks really good.
We're expecting a lot of stuff on it, and not only the game, but also the movie coming out this year. Next month. And there's a lot of
stipulations and the rumors spreading, like who's under the mask.
It's really hidden, right? They've been saying a lot of speculations. Nothing really clear
internet?
about
the
it, right?
internet sort of lies.
Yeah,
that's why
I think that's it.
Never trust the internet.
Disney has been letting it go, and nothing has been really said about it
Well,
from
that's
them.
the point.
Yeah.
It's like
They're really good at it.
Exactly.
To hide everything and the speculation.
Unless you're Amazon.com.
Yes. Amazon, well, from what you're saying, is basically Amazon released a puzzle, I believe, of one of the character, and it was stating his name. It was basically Lancel's son.
Yeah, and it says,
So that was one of the spoiler.
Which on it, honestly, it's
Yeah.
kind of obvious. Like, the only black character in the original trilogy.
Well, I was thinking, personally, my personal theory was Mace Windu's son. But then he's a Jedi Council.
Don't have relationships.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
plus he died like a few years
And
ago.
he died like
he died.
much prior to the new trilogy.
Exactly.
But see,
Midichlorians.
yeah, midichlorians. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's the thing.
Well, I watching the trailer again over and over again, I don't like the idea that he's going to be wearing a stormtrooper costume to sort of infiltrate again. Like, we've already did that already.
What if he's
Yeah, but
escaping? Because he's on a planet when he takes the helmet off.
That's true, I guess.
So what if he's a prisoner and he's escaping
Yeah.
instead?
I guess.
I actually like the link of the first movie. It's like, oh, well, Luke did that. Why not him? It's like it just to link both.
Even in the
Well,
original,
it's a difference of opinion.
even in the Phantom Menace, there was parallels to A New Hope. The Qui-Gon Jinn and Obi-Wan Kenobi sneak into the Empire place pretending to be, well, they're not pretending to be, they are ambassadors, but it's the same idea. Then there's not the pod race part, but Anakin blowing up the main ship in the little yellow like shooter thing is the same thing as Luke blowing up the Death Star.
I hate that scene. I hate like the whole moment when the young Anakin is like in the spaceship and trying to do his thing.
A little annoying brat.
So annoying. So annoying.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff, weird theories as well. The guy, the Lando's son, is black.
Yeah.
And they were saying...
Shocking!
People were like, oh my god, the black guy is a clone? He cannot be a clone. They're all clones from Boba Fett's, right?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Well,
I mean,
they started out as all clones, but eventually when the Empire took over, they just recruited actual soldiers.
But that's the problem. And people were like, well, he's a clone, he's black. Well, obviously that's not a real clone. He's just this guy.
In a suit, yeah.
Anyway,
And he carries a lightsaber.
Yeah.
I heard a really weird theory about that, and it's really out there. The theory was that this new Sith type bad guy, it's not the real Sith, but it's like people that want to be like the Sith, and they're trying to resurrect Darth Vader. And,
I heard that.
And that's why they have his helmet, and it's all destroyed, and then they get like Luke's hand with the lightsaber on it, and then he gets the lightsaber from them because he's like, no, fuck you, you're not gonna. Resurrect Darth Vader, and that's why he's got the lightsaber. It's it's out there, It doesn't
out there and all, but there was a picture that was just released that I saw of a Walgreens exclusive Star Wars Episode 7 Darth Vader, and his helmet is actually translucent, like a blue translucent plastic. So
but they've done that before, I think. Not for.
No, but that's interesting.
But they've done the ghost figures like that before, and I'm sure they've done it.
Only his head.
Oh, it's only the head.
Only the head.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think I've seen something like that too. Yeah.
And it's kind of funny because you mentioned the helmet. Yeah, we saw the helmet in the trailer, and it's all fucked to shit.
Yeah.
Then
Why it's kind of burned.
But then there's also the all the story about the new Sith Lord. Well, he's
not really. Yeah.
Is he? It could be Anakin. It could be Luke.
I think it's
Luke.
Luke.
Well,
I hope it's Luke.
But that's the thing.
I want it to be a kid.
It's gonna be logic that it's Luke because there are so many.
But that's the thing.
But I really don't want it to be Luke because Luke is always perceived as the hero, as like the chosen one. Like,
wait, he wasn't the chosen one. Anakin was still the chosen one in the end because he's.
I know, but at the end, Luke is perceived as.
He's all Mr. Zen and like Jedi.
He's
No,
the master
guys.
Jedi of all time.
Yeah.
He's at the end, like when he's really old, he's the greatest Jedi ever.
But the problem is, if you guys have read the canon story of Dark Times by,
It's not canon.
It's not canon anymore.
No.
God damn it!
Nothing.
Anyone? Yes, I've read.
Anakin. Well, that's the thing. Anakin went to the dark side for a long time to learn from it, to combat it, and
that's why now he's
out.
like the most powerful one because he knows basically.
Because he's a dark Jedi.
But the problem is, Mark Hamill will not be playing Luke Skywalker, and also we've never seen Luke Skywalker
in
anywhere.
any of the trailers.
Any of the trailers.
Oh, okay.
But Mark Hamill, if Mark Hamill plays, what's his name again? It's
Kylo Ren.
Kylo Ren. The new guy that plays him is Adam Driver, and it's not looking at all like.
Yeah, but that could just
like
be
Luke.
a stand-in, a body.
Yeah. Until the
Like-
reveal, you know.
Like
Plot twist.
Darth Vader wasn't. It wasn't what's his face underneath the suit. It was somebody else.
No, that's true.
With the voice of
James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was David Prost in the suit, and James Earl Jones did the voice.
So you're wearing a mask. You can essentially be a stunt double. It doesn't really matter until they need you to take off the mask. Then you can be somebody
Yeah, but
else.
he's removing the mask at some point.
Kylo Ren?
Yeah. It's well.
But yeah,
It's like again, it's just a trailer. Who knows?
we haven't seen though a face with him.
Not
taking it
exactly
off.
like you see the back. You see that there's no helmet, so because you see the hair
Yeah.
flowing, and you see him with a cross-guard lightsaber. You can imagine it's Kylo Ren, but who knows?
Yeah.
It could be like anyone.
Honestly, I just want to see, because Hamill had, I don't know if you guys saw that video, but there's a show called Dinner for Five, hosted by Jon Favreau. It's not on anymore. But what it is about,
I've heard of that.
it's actors sitting around having dinner, and they're all just conversing. In one episode, Jon Favreau wasn't there, so Kevin Smith replaced him as host.
Okay.
And in the episode was Mark Hamill, Stan Lee, Jason Lee, and J.J. Abrams.
Okay.
And-
What the fuck?
And
When was that?
a couple of years ago, in
Okay.
2005, I want to say, 2006. But Mark Hamill was talking about his time after Empire Strikes Back, and he was talking to George Lucas, and he was like, "Oh, for Return of the Jedi, let's make."
Oh yeah, I've seen.
you saw, you know what I'm
yeah,
talking about.
okay.
Mark Hamill was like, "Hey, why don't we make Luke go to the dark side?" And he goes after Han Solo and goes after Princess Leia, and George Lucas was like, "No, I don't like that." But then Mark was like, how about when he becomes Master Zen Jedi, he looks more like a samurai warrior. He's got the wide shoulders, he's got the long tailed hair. And Lucas said, no, I don't like that. And then lo and behold, in the prequels, the apprentices, Anakin Skywalker, look how he looks. He's got the long braid, he's got the wide shoulders.
And Obi-Wan did the same thing. He had
Well,
the braid.
Obi-Wan, when he was an apprentice with Qui-Gon, had the same thing.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
You know, another thing is that if you notice in the original trilogy, they're holding the lightsabers two-handed all the time, and Mark Hamill was speaking with the choreographer, and they both went to George Lucas and said, hey, why don't we make them fight one-handed so you get more of a dynamic sword fight? And George Lucas said, no, they're supposed to be really heavy because they're energy and this and that, and that's why they hold them two-handed. Look in the prequels. They're all flipping back and forth and one hand and throwing it in the air, catching them, forcing, and this and that. So basically, like, every idea that Hamill had for the characters as Jedis kind of like inceptioned into
So now
George
you're
Lucas.
assuming that since
Inceptioned into George Lucas's head that he then brought back later in the prequels.
Yeah.
So JJ, but
now it's
my
not
point
George
to
Lucas
this
anymore.
Yeah, exactly. My point to this is that J.J. Abrams was listening to this story that Mark Hamill was telling. So who knows? Maybe that inceptioned into J.J. Abrams, and now that he's directing, he worked with the writers to be like, fuck it. Luke Skywalker's now the new Sith Lord or something for Episode 7.
Yeah. And from that, where do you think there's going to be a... You have more information than us on the Battlefront video game coming this week.
Who?
You probably have.
Oh.
Okay. I was expecting you to have all the information. Anyway, let's discuss about it.
I want it.
What do you guys know that's going to happen in a video game that you're expecting?
You play as a character.
Like,
you can use
wait, storyline?
Yeah.
You mean?
No, storyline. Yeah, basically, you're what? It's an open world. You're.
I've never played any of the Battlefront games. I have no idea.
That's the thing. This game is awaited like very much by a lot of people. But the
There's-
first Battlefront was not.
There's
that
only
amazing.
one thing I don't like
Oh my
about
God, I
it
remember
is
it.
that the game is you don't have the choice to be like online.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's
you
true.
don't have the choice to buy the PlayStation 1 network something.
PlayStation 1
Yes,
network.
Yeah,
or PlayStation
Yeah,
or
yeah,
the
yeah.
Xbox Live.
The game's only online.
The game is only online.
Yeah.
So you got to pay to play online.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the future of games right now.
Yeah, but I would
That's what
still
we
like
foresee.
some kind of little storyline that you can play
Yeah.
solo and just do your shit.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That would
It's
be
like
cool.
I would like that.
And most of the
Not
trailer we've
everybody
seen,
wants to play online.
I hate playing online. I mean,
I miss
It's
split
like I
screen
don't
games.
like playing with
Yes.
12 years old that I want to do my mom. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's
the
terrible.
problem is,
I know.
they play. I used to play 12 to 14 hours a day. Now that I have a job,
And you know,
Life.
I play
life.
You know, a wife?
2 hours, 3 hours max. Sometimes I can go to 4 hours a day, but then, you know, my skill set is not as good as on a worldwide scale. I like to have fun and enjoy a game.
and like
enjoy
you
the
know, kids that
storyline.
finish school at 3:00, don't do their homework, get home for 3:30, and they play till supper time. Then they play after supper, and
Yeah, level 40 the second day, and I'm like, fucking level 3. God damn it. So, it's gonna be fun, and all the trailers I've seen was that all I've seen was Anakin, Darth Vader, but I think they want to show the best parts. But you've said
So
on
Anakin?
another episode that we were playing
I
as
saw Luke.
Stormtroopers,
Yeah, I
right?
just saw Luke. Well,
See, Anakin.
Darth Vader.
yeah.
I saw Luke and Darth Vader.
Yeah, but
You said no. He
Anakin.
meant to
Okay.
say Luke. He said Anakin. He meant to say Luke.
Yeah.
So confused.
You know, the Skywalkers.
I know. Yeah, I think there's a pre-order that you could play as Han Solo.
Oh,
I want to say, but I don't.
I've
I think-
seen that. I've seen him in the game.
But no, but you can't be like all Darth Vaders everywhere, right?
No,
No.
Like what we
No, it's
originally
like one thing
discussed
that
was
you
like,
unlock by
Yeah.
a game, by session. You can like unlock things.
So
Like
how
if
many-
you kill 20 guys, you can unlock Darth Vader for that amount of time.
So there's gonna be like 6 Darth Vaders, like.
Well, no, because it's one after the other.
I think it's like a kill streak thing.
Okay. The highest one gets the
whoever
the
has
Zerg. Oh, I'm Darth Vader.
Yeah, exactly that.
And basically, the game how it is that you start as a player, not an NPC, but like a generic player, and then you evolve as a best player, and then
Or you die.
switch.
Once you die,
Then
you
you
go to
die. You
another one
transform
that's-
another.
I really want to try that space thing that you can control, like the.
Around the AT-AT. And you,
Yeah.
You rope it and you
Oh,
put it
that
down.
thing. I was like, what's
Yeah.
happening?
Well, at some point there's like a space
yeah,
battle.
I remember now. I remember the
Yeah.
E3 video.
Which I like that.
Yeah.
That's what I've been wanting. I
Yeah.
want something. 'Cause
Like-
Star Wars, it's ships.
Yeah, but
come on.
like
The
of what I've
dogfights.
seen,
Yeah.
it's pretty much near the planet. I want something space.
I prefer space because you have such an open
Exactly.
area and you can do whatever you want. But
They did
if
so many
only I
games
get
like that.
is just above the ground, but at least I could use a ship.
How many players usually buy one game? Do you guys know? On a release date, how many players do you guys expect to be playing on that one land?
Well, enough to probably crash it.
Yeah, but that's what I was expecting. It may be there
I'll
will
say,
be
well,
many
if they're still not
planets.
playing Fallout,
Oh yeah, that's true.
But maybe there will be many planets. Maybe you'll switch planets, and that's
Almost
going to
like
be the
servers,
stage.
like-
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but that's another thing. Like, is there an actual storyline to the game? It's
Or
like
are you
it's,
just
it's like
playing
how
out-
how do you choose your level?
Are you just
Like,
playing like
Maps.
movie stories?
and that's another thing. Like, do you create your character with like level ups? And
Well, have you guys played?
like in Call of Duty, or
have you guys played the Destiny?
No.
I
Well-
played the demo.
Basically, you are online, where you're playing with other people, but you're also following a storyline. And at some point, there's some mini parts where, well, most of the missions, you're kind of entering a zone where nobody else can be. But
Oh,
most of
yeah.
the time, it's an open world, and everybody's playing together. and sometimes you're shooting your enemy, and then some level like 25 is going to come up and help you shoot him, and it's basically one universe, but it's also separate.
But there's zones. Well, that's any online game.
Yeah, that's it.
World of Warcraft is the same way. It's Azeroth, but then there's zones within each continent, and then within each zone of the map, there's instances where you're loaded away from everyone, and that's what you're doing in that area for that time.
Is it possible that this is how it's going to be?
I have not seen anything else other than the E3 stuff, and it looks.
And even the trailers that we're getting, it's exactly
it's the same thing.
It's the cut version of the E3 thing into a mini trailer.
It looks like to me, it looks like just like maps. Like you load up, like you were saying, servers is like maybe each server or multiple of servers is one map type and one game type on that map. Kind of.
And what's up with people? People have been putting up footages of their own gameplay, but is it like a demo? Is it a beta?
Yeah, the beta was a while ago.
They got beta? Okay, yeah, because...
Well, they don't have... Well, so technically they don't have the right to put like any trailers or...
Yeah.
But hey, who knows? There may be more ones.
Yeah.
We are all